done that much television in Britain. We found Colin in Australia. Colin, in 1994, you won the Perrier Award, didn't you? For comedy at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes.
Which is an incredibly distinguished award to win, as I know.
Oh, you haven't won the Perrier Award, Stephen?
Yes, I did win it, yes.
Oh, you did?
I was my group was the first to win it, ever. Yeah.
The first?
As it happens, yeah. But I wonder who you beat in 1994. Who came second? Or
there are a few other nominees. I think the main competition came from a little fellow... his name was Alan Davies. Alan Davies, yes.
And then I went to Melbourne and I stayed at Colin's house and he put the Perrier Award on the bedside table. Look in the loft for it.
And the Perrier Award, Alan, was like a piece of wood with like a silver Perrier bottle on top with a little cap on it that kind of just fell off a couple of days after we got it. And the award for Best Newcomer was a lovely... Really? That was you? That was you! That's a trophy, isn't it? It's a big oblong perspex with the shape of a Perrier bottle made out of bubbles inside it. It's really nice.
I gave it to my mum, yeah.
I hope you were sitting the right side of the branch, Alan. So, we start in the Kalahari. So tell me, how did the meerkat cross the road?
Carefully. That's not a life-size one, is it?
That's not... Well, it is a life-size one.
I'd say it was in the foreground, except there's a bit of road before it.
Yes, it's confusing, isn't it?
It's just a very tiny car.
It's a dinky car.
Do they cross in a group? Like, you know, when you see those kids in the reflective jackets?
Yes.
Snaking across the road with some sort of handler. I think that's what children have.
Well, meerkats are, despite their cutesy reputation, they're pretty mean, fierce animals. And they have levels of superiority. And the leading meerkat sends across the less important meerkat to test the road. And it's the youngsters...
That'll be you tonight,
do you want me to test it tonight?
It's your first time. You have to cross the set.
Unbelievably, it's the children they send.
The children?
They send their little...
Once again, that'll be me tonight.
Well, we do the same. We do the same with buggies, right? You push that one straight out into the road before you.
So what are they testing? That it's not going to get hit by a car?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, that it's safe. And if the youngsters get gobbled, they go, oh, I'm not doing that.
They not understand that there might be another car in a minute.
Well, there we go. Just before we start, I've got a bit of very good news for you, David, because your old nemesis, Colin, the QI scorer, has been replaced by a new scorer called Murray, who happens to be a huge fan of yours. So I think that bodes well for this evening.
Well, I'm very glad to hear it. Yes.
Excellent.
You told me too late to bribe him.
What's happened to Colin, though?
He's been promoted, actually. He's now, I think, probably counting votes in the House of Lords, or something similar. But
we're one step away from the House of Lords.
Yes, we are, exactly.
I think this programme would be an excellent House of Reform.
It would, wouldn't
just
it?
let all the legislation come before us, we'll fiddle with it, hopefully, gag it up a bit, send it on to the Queen.
Exactly. My government will find 6 penises on this particular insect.
We'll serve noodles. So it's just a Korean phrase. It's like saying, when are you going to tie the knot? When am I going to eat your noodles? Well, you're already married, so I'm not going to eat your noodles, and you didn't invite me.
I did invite you.
Oh, you did? No, that's right. I was abroad.
Yeah, you know what you were doing? You were filming an episode of Bones.
Yes, of course.
I've never been so insulted in my life.
Yes, it does.
The only thing that could make that picture even more gorgeous would be 3 tiny pianos.
Meerkats know each other by their calls individually, and you can send a meerkat almost insane by recording one meerkat's voice that it knows, playing it in a certain area, and then whizzing round to anotar area and playing it again. And
why would you do that such a thing?
It's very mean, but they get utterly baffled by the fact...
Barry!
How can you be in 2 places at once? There is no meerkat called Barry, by the way, but it's...
You could do that with a human voice.
Because we recognise everyone through their voices
True,
as well,
but we
don't
also know about recordings.
Can you do that with cat
There's
litter?
an episode of Elementary which is based on that very fact.
There's an episode of Jonathan Creek where I weed in some cat litter. Say I, the character Jonathan.
Let's work backwards as to how that could possibly be a plot line that you peed cat
I
litter.
just got trapped in the cellar for ages and I needed a weed.
Oh, it's just basically sprinkling a little bit of water on the... It's only his wife's uncle, whereas his grandfather, his father, or his mother, he'd be putting flowers and being at great attention. So that's
So
what
like
that means.
shagging the dog.
Not really. Not really, Catherine. Is there something you want to share with us? Like shagging the dog?
Yeah, like if you don't work very hard, you're just shagging the dog.
Not in this country, madam. In this country, when we shag a dog, we know what we're doing. And it's pretty hard work, let me tell you.
Not as easy as it looks, I tell you that.
So in Canada, you have the phrase shagging the dog.
Yeah. Or like shagging the sheep if you want, or whatever.
That's not fun. Again, perfectly common practice over here, but not considered a light or unburdensome task.
It just means like having an easy day.
There's a lot I have to learn about Canada.
It's easy because with like a lady, you have to take her out to dinner or woo her a bit. But with the dog, it's just like, here, boy, come on.
How did the monkey wrench get its name?
I'm nervous of this because this was a fact that came up on The Unbelievable Truth.
The marvellous Radio 4
And
quiz
there
show
is
they did.
it has happened before that facts we've asserted on The Unbelievable Truth have been, I think the word is mocked. This programme for being factually incorrect. And, you know, I'll be honest with you, I don't do all the fact-checking.
Ditto,
Yeah.
I have to say.
But on that show, what was given to me on a piece of paper to read out was the fact that the monkey wrench was named after a person whose name was something like Monka, and he was some kind of, I don't know, technical...
You could not have parenthesised it more, but nonetheless, we
Yeah.
are beastly rivals of yours. And you did mock us in your last series when you...
Again, well, the person that handed me the piece of paper put on it a piece of QI fact error mockery.
We had
It's
said...
turning into war. All I want is peace.
I know, you're right. From now on, it is peaceful.
But we're like, in this war, we're like the southern states. We haven't got the resources, and we're going to turn to racism as a result.
That Jew boy Fry said... So we'll just raise this here. So it doesn't fall over. OK, now... What I'm going to do...
I don't want to know what you're going to do.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the custard powder in this funnel, and I'm going to present a flame across it.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Be afraid, be very
Could I use
afraid.
Alan as a human
No,
shield?
you're the shield.
Oh, my God. There's flame. There's custard powder in there.
I feel the need. The need for speed.
All I need to do...
Where are you going? Where the fuck am I?
I'm going to the pump. I'm just going to the pump because I'm going to pump...
We are now nearer than you!
Can you see what I'm going to do? I'm pumping air.
There's just too many double entendres. You pumping custard.
Stop it. Are you ready for me to pump the custard?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Yes, I'm ready
need-
for you to pump your custard.
I need a countdown from the audience.
This is not how I wanted to go.
Audience, I want you to count me down from 3... Nicotine is the right answer. How is nicotine most delivered? Snuff. Kendal has a snuff mill that has been going since 1750 and still produces snuff.
Ah, the old Kendal snuff mill.
The old Kendal snuff mill.
I knew that.
I have some snuff for you to try in different flavours. You can see whether the lid is lying or not. These special QI lids. You can take it if you want. You obviously inhale it up the nose.
You do it all, right?
Oh. You don't do it all, no. It's very sharp. It is. It's sharp. Oh, you're licking it. Gums. Oh, moustache. It is quite sharp. You have, what's your flavour, say?
It says Christmas pudding.
You got Christmas pudding?
The only time...
Ross Noble.
Honestly, it's fine. It's good. Put it in your eyes.
This is probably the only time my nan's going to watch me on telly, and I'll be like that the whole show.
What do you reckon, Colin?
Oh, that is the flavour says kitty litter.